Hola, and welcome to Rauta's Trash Metal Reviews. This band comes from Spain and not in a not very big city, I might add. It's a band that you might already know. No, it's not a really small one, but still hasn't gotten the attention it probably should have gotten so far, given that this band has been here for 20 years and been signed to a rather big label, Century Media Records. This is Angelus Apatrida from Spain, and the album in question is self-titled one. Now, my previous encounter with the band was their previous album some couple of years ago, and that was already quite good, a thrash metal album, leaning towards Exodus and the like. We could say, in general, kind of Americanized thrash metal. And this one is going maybe a little bit further with the style, given that, once again, this band is kind of shedding its skin and executing proper thrash metal, but maybe even tighter, maybe even more intense than the previous one. And this time I could say this is reminding me quite a bit of Testament style. So very, very American style, and still not forgetting Exodus and the like. And now the question is obviously, is this album any good? I can say very much so. Thank you for this. Lo siento, my Spanish is not very good. So fooling around, this four-man band has been here with the original lineup for quite some time. That is pretty much since the band started, and I guess that is one of the reasons why the band has been able to progress and evolve all the time. I mean, you don't have to suffer lineup problems, so you can just focus on making the band progress even more, intense. You can just make sure that because the chemistry works, you can just focus on, making even better songwriting, even better playing your instruments, and you just implement some different ideas, and that is incorporate the stuff that would make your band even better. And that is what's happening with Angelus Apatrida. Now, to give you a little bit of a recap of the band's previous albums or history, discography and so forth, you can pretty much see that the band started in 2000. It was until 2006 before releasing the first album, and after that the band has been very, very consistent and active releasing these albums. I mean, every couple of years basically the band has putting out an album. Now 3 years lately, which I guess is explained, obviously because bands keep touring and all that stuff. So with Angelus Apatrida's self-titled album, what we have here in essence is some 45 minutes, 10 tracks, pretty classic approach of thrash metal, which is very much leaning to old school ways. That is, this could be an album that was already written in the 1980s, now obviously with a modern production. And in my opinion, that is doing the album quite a bit of a favor, because this album is definitely using the strong production as their benefit. Guitars sound really clear, crisp, and strong. So in my opinion, that is definitely helping the album sound very powerful all in all. And the vocalist is quite nuanced. I mean, you have these different styles. You have more cleaner, you have more aggressive, more raspier parts. Even though it's very, very traditional thrash metal style, I think there are these details which, in my opinion, makes this album very, very enjoyable in the terms of vocals. And then we have these drums and drummers. The drummer is actually very, very cool with his style. I mean, it's not overly technical, but there are some details which kind of get your attention if you just give it a time. And in my opinion, it really, really does nice job here. I wouldn't mind, personally, if the style was even more technical. But everything, happens for a reason. And I think the drumming having sometimes kind of a rather basic approach, but then adding these details to the whole setup, I think it really, really does a nice job. Now, the only downside I have, the only problem, and I guess it could be just quotation marks, the only problem I have with this album is that there are no individual hit songs, in my opinion. I mean, this starts very strongly with Indoctrinate song, which kind of reminds me weird enough for the first few seconds, like Panther was fucking hostile. But then it kind of quickly changes to sound like just very intense thrash metal style. And I mean, it works just nicely. But I am still kind of feeling like there should have been some individual, maybe very catchy chorus parts, maybe some individual parts within these songs that could have been like, you know, those Slayer Metallica moments where you're like, hey, yeah, this is the stuff we mosh to. Now, it's not a big complaint. It's definitely not a big problem because overall this is a very, very strong thrash metal album. It just could have even more these hooks which just kind of drag you away with it. Now, overall, this might be very well the best album by the band so far, so definitely for you thrash metal maniacs out there, give this one a go. I'm very happy that they are on a big label because they totally have the skill, and now with their stronger production and more visibility, they're able to just, you know, spread their message across. So, all you thrash metal fans, no reason to skip this one unless you're really, really boneheaded old school ones and don't like anything beyond 1980s. In that case, maybe this is not for you. But we all the rest of us, just give this one a go. Give it some love and it will give it the love back. Thank you for watching the review. Take care and bye-bye.